हॉटेल व्यवसाय आणि अन्न व औषध प्रशासन ह्याचं अतिशय जवळीकचं नातं आहे. म्हणजे हे कुठलाही व्यवसाय आणि अन्न औषध प्रशासन हे म्हटलं तर ही एका रथाची दोन चाकं आहेत आणि ही दोन चाकं जर व्यवस्थित चालली तर आपण सर्वसामान्यांना चांगल्या प्रकारचा अन्नपदार्थ आणि औषधंसुद्धा उपलब्ध करून देऊ शकतो.
We thought India, the restaurant industry is very large. I mean, restaurants above 200 for two is about 50,000 plus restaurants, and below 200 for two it's a long tail, over 1 million plus restaurants. Very fragmented market, but if you look at the growth, India is the third largest. In terms of growth opportunity, casual dining is growing big. Indian base, I mean, there are 250 million people out there dining out every month, or if not every week. People in metros eat out a lot. People order food. So we thought, from a consumer standpoint, we need to make sure it's not just going to Google and searching for a restaurant. It's not just going to a just dial and talking, asking for a number. I thought we need to give an experience where in search you're also able to transact.
What most ones, including us, cannot do is make a big difference to operations. And I think in case of us, I would state very clearly, everyone has a different strategy, but I think the value that financial investors can add at that stage in pure operations of the company is limited. Oversight, yes. Strategy, yes. But operations, not so much. And I think those are the considerations that you all as entrepreneurs probably need to keep in mind when you're choosing a partner to work with.
Core was the idea. The idea stage is very, very important, and what you're going to conceive. Like for me, it was very, very clear. It had to be an Indian brand. And I was looking out for some place where we could start an Indian brand business, something to do with consumption, daily consumption. If the product is good, franchises, people who ate a vada pav in Nasik started a store in Aurangabad. People who ate it in Aurangabad started in Nagpur. People who ate the product in Nagpur started in Bangalore. Word of mouth sells very well in food. We didn't have to do any advertisement, nothing, no PR, nothing. So that's the power of the product. You have to put all your energy at the starting stage to make your product zero defect. Then comes packaging, then comes perception, then comes people, then comes process. That's my thought process.
Businesses that are scalable, where there's some sort of an idea that's unique or different that creates some barriers to being copied. Domino's, Western food in Japan, there's nothing rocket science about it. What many of them have done is to believe that they've cracked it before they actually have. And so in many cases what they've done is they've opened 10 locations of Italian, then 10 of Indian, then 10 of Chinese, then 10 of something else, with the belief that I've cracked each of these, now I've got a platform with 5, 6, 7 different concepts, I'll scale all of them. It's practically impossible to do. It's very, very tough because you lose all your scale on purchasing, on management, on store interiors, fit outs, your back office kitchen, your centralized kitchen on sources, what have you.
If you look into it, a lot of people think that we cannot make chicken tikka as it's required for continuously. Our company in UK makes all the chicken tikka for Tesco supplied in UK market. So it can be done because it's a chilled chicken tikka available throughout the year at the shelf. So it's a technology adaptation what everybody has to think so that you can cut down the cost, you can get a consistent quality for your business throughout the year.
This gives the chefs a chance to basically procure local material and procure it from these very interesting small group of farmers at times. However, the costing and to make a certain consistency made available, there has to be a blend between these little niche groups of customized farmers and a supply chain of frozen foods for certain elements, which so this blend is quite important.